I have started investing when I was 16 years old, and over the years I created my own investment portfolio, which this year has already made me more than $22,000, and this is the story of how I made it. Hi all and welcome to my channel, I'm Nico, and since I was a kid I've always only thought about playing basketball. It was my dream to become a professional player. But over the years, becoming a teenager, I understood that actually I wasn't good enough to do that, and at this point, like around when I was 16, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And that's when I met some people that actually changed my life. They have impacted me a lot. And there were some guys, very simple and extremely smart. And they were always doing good at school, they were playing the sports they liked, they were following their passions. But I felt that they were different because I felt that they had the confidence that they could always follow their passions. And once I got to know them more personally, I understood why I saw them differently from the others, why they were acting differently from the others. And actually the reason is that they were financially free. Clearly it wasn't thanks to their work, to what they've done, but to their families. But the important thing that I saw in them is that they were happy, they were really following their dreams. They weren't thinking about finding a job so that they could have enough money to live, but they were just thinking about building the life that they wanted. For example, there was one that was super good with math, and he wasn't thinking at all about the money that he would have had with this kind of job. And understanding that has been mind-blowing for me, because even though I come from a family that never had any financial problem, I've always thought and learned that you have to find a high-paying job and get money from that while trying on the side to do the things that you like. And seeing them enjoying that much life and all that they were doing made me change my vision on what I wanted. And that's the moment where I decided that my objective was to become financially free and do whatever I want in my life. But this is clearly something that it is not easy. And my mind at the time was already in the mood that I don't want to do a job that I don't like for my whole life. I don't want to renounce of traveling the whole world, to be involved in the world of sports or driving nice cars. And so I really felt that I had no choice other than becoming financially free. And that's why I started to research how to become rich, how to become financially free. And mainly I found two things: startups and investing. The first one, I felt that it was complex because you really need to have an idea, to have something specific that you can build. And I felt that I didn't have the competences for that. However, when I started learning a little more about investing, I said to myself, I can do that. I am good in math. I understand what they're talking about. So let's focus in that. And that's how I started investing. And firstly, I started investing with Forex, so in currencies, because I found different influencers on Instagram and on the internet that had made a lot of money with that. And so after studying some months, I started investing $2,000. And the results were actually okay. I earned a little bit of money, but not too much. But at the same time, I realized that it was taking too much time to do this type of investment, because you always have to be aware of the latest news. You have to make a complicated analysis on the charts. And also you are always trying to time the market. And so after some months, I stopped investing in Forex because I felt that it wasn't right for me. And that's when I discovered about CFDs, which means investing in stocks with money that is actually landed you by the broker. And since with that there was a possibility to become rich faster, I immediately jumped in it. And I invested $7,000 in it. And I actually had incredible results, because after 6 months I turned these $7,000 into more than $50,000. And there is the moment where I was sure I was about to becoming extremely rich. I was already thinking of myself in the Lamborghini that I would have bought, and also about all the different trips I would have done around the world. So, I really had this feeling that everything was fine and everything was going to be fine. I was mentally ready to be rich. But that's the moment where the Facebook scandal about privacy happened. And since I was investing a lot in the IT sector, most of my stocks got down in price, and the broker called for margin calls, which means closing my positions because it wasn't performing well. And so I lost all this money that I had made over the 6 months before. And this was clearly a huge hit for me. And that's why for some time I stopped investing, because I really learned that yes, you can earn a lot of money, but at the same time, in just a couple of weeks, you can lose everything you've earned. At the same time, I started the university. I was going for mechanical engineering because yes, I loved cars, and so my idea was like cars, I can work in car manufacturing. And at the same time, I started reading books about Warren Buffett. I was really reading everything I could find about him on the internet, on on YouTube, books as said. And that's when I understood that you could actually engineer the process of investing, because this is actually what Warren Buffett was doing. And that's when I started combining these learnings I made from him and all the skills that I was developing during my engineering studies to create my own investment tools, so that I could properly choose the companies in which I wanted to invest, so that over the long term they would grant me incredible results. And since then I've been investing with this strategy, always improving it, fine-tuning it, all of my tools that I developed, while putting most of my salary in my investment account, so that all of these compounds over the time until I will have an enormous portfolio that will grant me enough money to not need to work and just focus on my dreams. And for me the results are clearly showing that I'm in the good direction, because over this year I've had an average of $3,000 earned per month. And all of this makes me extremely confident on the knowledge that I learned over these last 10 years. And surely I have still a lot to learn, a lot that I can improve in my tools, but I can proudly say that I'm beating most of the institutional investors, as well as the S&P 500 index. And doing all of that, I've learned a lot about managing my money, clearly about investing, since also I'm having very good results. But what I've also learned is that most of the people, family, colleagues, friends, they don't know how to use their money, how to invest it. And that's why I decided to start this YouTube channel, because I want to share with everyone my experience, my knowledge, and I also want to show everyone that it is possible to make a lot of money through investing. And so if you want to learn more about that, you can start by watching this playlist I made, and you can also subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching and see you soon.